Hey everyone. So in our last video, I talked about the steady beat in music. I played for you a number of examples, and in each example we had to find the steady beat. The last example I played for you was a song called Old Brass Wagon. And I didn't sing it to you. Instead, I had the computer play it with a piano sound, but the song went something like this. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. You're the one, my darling. Now, if I asked you to find the steady beat to that, you would have probably shown me either one of two things. Either this, circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. You're the one, my darling. Or you might have shown me this, the microbeat version. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. You're the one, my darling. Now, for the purposes of this lesson, we're going to just use that second beat, the microbeat version, so that we can talk about the rhythm that goes to that song. Now, I taught elementary school music for a number of years, and when I taught young children the difference between beat and rhythm, I taught them that the beat was steady and that the rhythm was the way the words go. So if I'm going to sing it again, and I want you to think about the way the words go, and I want you to tap, clap, or snap with the rhythm of the words, the way the words go. I'll show you that in a second. Let me sing the song, and I want you to figure out how to clap, snap, or pat the way the words go. Here I go. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. You're the one, my darling. Now, if you were to clap that rhythm, it would probably sound something like this. So you can hear that not all of those sounds are the same length. In the steady beat, everything was the same steady repeating pulse. But when we sing the rhythm, sometimes the sounds are longer or shorter, in this case to fit with the words of the song. So I'd like to take apart Circle to the Left of the Old Brass Wagon and figure out exactly what the rhythm is. On the screen in front of you right now, you see how I would write the steady beat for something. Each of these notes is a quarter note. In the last video, I told you a quarter note is the symbol for one beat, at least in the music that we're playing for now. So a steady beat would just be quarter notes marching on forever. Let me clear the screen, and I would like you to count for me how many beats go by in the old brass wagon using the microbeats. And I'll slow down just a little bit so that it's easier to count those beats. Let me clear what's on the screen here. All right, here we go. I want you to count how many beats go by while I sing the song, and I won't go too fast. Well, 1, 2, here I go. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. You're the one, my darling. Now, if you're counting along while I put these dashes in the screen, you see that there are 4 lines of 8 beats each, 32 beats total, divided into groups of 4. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. Now, you'll probably notice that the first 3 lines, if you clap the rhythm, they all went the same way. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. They were the same words and the same rhythm. Now, I want you to pay attention while I sing it and while you pat or clap the rhythm. Which notes have more than one, which beats have more than one clap on them? Ready, set, here I go. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. You're the one, my darling. If you were listening carefully, you notice that the first two beats of each bar had two sounds. This beat here was circle, and this one here was to the, circle to the. And that was true here as well. So I'm going to put the symbol for eighth notes here. In elementary school, I'll bet you might have looked at these things and your teacher might have told you they were called TTs. And if you think of them as TTs, that's fine, but the proper name for these is eighth notes. So each of these beats has a pair of eighth notes on them. Now, if those all had two sounds on them, the other beats all had exactly one sound. So I'm going to draw in quarter notes on each of those because they had exactly one sound. All right, so what I have written on the screen is almost right. I made one mistake, but I made that mistake on purpose. So once again, I'm going to go through this, and I want you to notice there are some beats where I've written a note that should be a sound where I don't sing a sound at all. Listen to this. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. Circle to the left, the old brass wagon. You're the one, my darling. Now you probably noticed that here and here there's a note, but there wasn't a sound because darlin', dar was here and ling was there. So let's get rid of those notes there, and we're going to replace them with a symbol you probably saw in elementary school called a rest. So if I read this the elementary school way, I might say ti 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 ta 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 ta, ti 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 ta 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 ta, ti 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 ta 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 ta, ta 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 ta. Now, in middle school, usually we don't use tas and tts. We usually use a counting system. So you'll see that each measure has exactly 4 beats in it. So we're going to count to 4 over and over again. Now that's really super easy in places where we see just quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. In these other measures, we're still going to count to 4. But since some of these have 2 sounds, we're going to put and on the second sound. So to read it like a middle school student, or in fact a professional musician, we'd read it like this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. Now, if you're thinking at the end, I should have said 1, 2. Well, 2 is silent because it's the rest right here. So we're not going to say anything on 2. This is still the third beat, and we don't say anything on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. We have to say 3 there because it happens on the third beat of the music. That's it for today. We're going to come back and revisit Old Brass Wagon one more time in another video where we're going to talk about melody, that is where notes are high and low and where they change direction. Thanks for stopping by.